Okay, so this is where God led me, and it seemed weird, but it was kind of cool walking from a distance. You see, I'm climbing up this mountain, and it's not really a mountain per se, because it's not far away from the interstate somewhere over there where they were doing work. But here's this cave in the side of this cliff, and it just looked cool, right? Because it had this big old hole in it. Well, obviously somebody is sleeping in here, right? And then it goes on to another little spot right here, right? And I've seen one like this before on a past video, but it was a lot smaller. Like, you couldn't stand up in it. It was way smaller than this one. And people was like obviously using that part of the mountain to rock climb off. But I guess the reason why God had me here, and see, when I was coming on the trail, there was a roadblock because of the construction way on further down. And it said you can't go here. I was like, well, God, why did you lead me here if the trail was closed off? And it just said, you know, just keep going. So I went to the side, went past the so-called roadblock, but to the right, not towards the construction. And it led me here to this cave. And I'm like, well, this is cool, but now I know why. On this cave, see the devil? See the snake? Monsters all over, painting these monsters and ghosts and things. So before I started recording, I obviously rebuked this cave and commanded all, no, Jane, come here. No, ma'am, not taking off around here. No, ma'am, come here. Sorry about that. I had to rebuke it and cast out all demons in here, all spirituals that is hanging around here, all demonic stuff. I cast it back home into hell, out into the abyss, and I bind it. And I said that they had no longer have no authority to be here, so they cannot possess whatever homeless person was staying here, or if somebody was to come back and stay here again, because obviously you can tell that nobody's been here in a while. But that's why I guess God led me to this area, so I can do those things and send these demons back to hell where they belong, and make them realize they no longer have any authority here whatsoever to even hang around in this cave to possess any person that was to come here next, so they can claim another soul. And see, just because, and it just makes me, you know, realize, see, a lot of times, guys, when we know we're listening to God's voice, and then we get somewhere, and you're like, God, I thought you was leading me here. Was I mistaken? That I no longer can go this way. I can no longer do this because this is in the way. Why would you bring me here? Why would you send me here? I don't understand, Lord. And then people get frustrated and they turn around and leave instead of realizing the real purpose, the real reason why God led them there. See, I could have turned around and went back, because I still had to come through all the woods. I still would have had to come to all this way, all these woods, all throughout this here. And see, this is not a trail. I just had to just keep walking in the woods until I ended up here amongst all these trees. I just came and walked through. But something led me to this particular spot, because I listened and I continued on, even though there's a roadblock way down there where you hear the echoing of those sounds. And I said to turn around. Instead of turning around and going back, I continued on. I didn't go to the roadblock, I went to the right. And see, I would have took that roadblock as a sign. I was like, God wasn't talking to you. God wasn't leading you here. You wasn't hearing God's voice. And that would be the devil trying to keep you from where God sent you. Try to keep you where God has called you to be. You see, God called me here. The devil didn't want me to make it here. He didn't want me to rebuke all these spirits. He didn't want me to send his demons back to hell. They wanted to be stayed in this cave so they can control and come upon any person that comes to lay here. But nah, God had better things. God had an obedient child that listened to his call and listened to his voice and came here and rebuked every one of these demonic spirits back to hell where they belong in the name of Jesus. And they know it. But see, somebody's been staying here, and look, you can tell there's another part of their camp things, I guess, where they was eating stuff, or have you not. And over here, it's been a minute. I probably shouldn't be touching all that demonic stuff. Thank God I got hand sanitizer, but where they had painted. And see, look, all this is all woods that I trampled through. See? All this is all woods. See? And see, the trail's way back over there. The trail goes all the way underneath that bridge over there. You can even see the flashing lights with the cops over there doing construction. That's where the trail goes, up underneath that underpass, underneath all those car things. But there's a roadblock. And if I got right there, since you can't go there, and I would have had to turn around and go all the way back, way over there. But I came through all this tall grass and all these woods, listened to God's voice, and ended up over here where he told me to be. So it pays to listen, and don't let the devil trick you. Because when you've gotten to where you thought God has told you to be, and you see something in your way, and you see something blocking you and stopping you and telling you no, and make you doubt yourself, make you doubt that you heard God's voice when you know you did, and you know you're a child of God. I always say a prayer, God, lead me where you want me to be. And throughout all these videos that I make, I have found such horrific things a lot of times. A lot of it's dead animals, but it's just confirmation. It seems like the guy's letting me, hey, yes, I'm still talking to you, you know, and just a lot of things I just don't want to speak of, just like this cave being full of demonic stuff. But I needed to come here. He wanted me to rebuke these demons and these spirits hanging around here in this cave back to hell. So that whoever keeps coming here, or may future would come here, these demons don't keep going taking control of them. And you know what? I think I'll make a trip back here. I'll go buy me some spray paint. And I'm going to spray paint over these demonic pictures. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Not only have I rebuked them, but just evil darkness everywhere. Evil eyes, evil eyes, evil eyes everywhere. And we're not going to stand for that. No. Just see a cave full of monsters. See, just monsters. Just making it all monsters. No, we are not. This is God's mountain. This is God's rocks. This is God's cave. And we are not going to let the devil take control of it. No, I'll be back and I'll spray paint all over all this crap. Now I'm going to find I'll find my way back over here. Because he led me here once, to leave me here again. Plus, you know, I got to find my way back out. So y'all make sure y'all listen. Don't let the devil's distraction keep you from where you know God called you to go. From what God called you to do. There's a reason why he does things. You could be killing your Goliaths. I'm over here going to be slaying demons, man. Keep listening to God. Be that demon slayer.